Coming up on today's podcast is kind of we're just going to wing it. We're going to have a guy on here. His name is Andrew Marshall. He is a good friend of Dave. He's funny. He's got some good stories. And then also we're going to have a surprise guest. His name is Jesse Downing. Just going to pop it in. We're going to, do the thing that we do and wing it. That's coming up on episode 13.
The Capital Brew Podcast with 20 North Dave and Nick Lee. What's brewing in the 518?
Everyone, Andrew Marshall. You should have been taping it right off the rip. You know that. We made that. We made that. Rule.
As soon as we sit, butts in the seat, recording on.
Butts in the seat. It's on. And like I said, I might have to get up. There's one table
do what you got
up front over there that they're waiting on me.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Dave's doing his sniper eyes, making sure everybody's good.
Yeah. Well, it's busy. It's been busy all day.
Yeah, for sure.
So what do you guys talk about?
Well, normally it's a beer podcast. So we'll discuss beers. What we've been doing is going to breweries and talking to the brewers, and we'll drink a few of their beers. So we're giving you the laydown because he obviously has never listened to it.
Yeah,
and
I think maybe once I caught a
that's
little bit of the thing.
Dude. I don't feel I don't care.
This is my first real close encounter with a podcast. It's kind of neat.
Well,
it's a little trippy.
Yeah.
There you go.
So whatever.
I've been to a bunch of breweries with you.
Well, yes.
We used to have a bunch of fun before you got all busy.
Yeah, fun's over. But you know what? We can discuss that. We can discuss that. If you want to talk about the breweries we've been to, because today we don't have a brewery that we're really talking about,
nor a game plan,
nor any game plan really. So that's what editing is for.
Can we go back to Hill Farmstead? I really enjoyed that trip.
Hill Farmstead was a great trip, and I think I've mentioned it, like how in the middle of nowhere it really is.
If we do that, we should reach out to them and make it a podcast trip too.
Oh, like you said, yeah, we can travel with the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure they'd appreciate it, but they were so busy. I mean, they were so busy that I don't think they need our help.
No,
as little as our help is anyway.
It was a sight to behold just a couple of years ago.
Yeah. It was more
there
than
was
that
people
now.
everywhere, and the fact that I could only get 2 cases.
Yeah, they were really limited us. Yes. I was a dummy body, because this is what a lot of people do when they go places that their friends don't drink the beers that they drink. That body is another, like you said, just another 2 cases. So Pete's like, here's $96. Get me 12 beers. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But here's $96. It's going to get me maybe a case. And then I want to say I spent everything that I could spend, as a person, just for those guys, because I don't generally drink those beers. And we really, we bought everything we could. We squeaked out every possible body to get beer.
Just so you get as many cases as humanly possible.
Yes. Well, you gotta. It's such a trip. I mean, it was so amazing. We're coming out of there, and it's dirt roads. It was several dirt roads
forever
just to get to it. And when we were leaving, it was like a parade, like a parade of dirt clouds heading that way. We left by 1:30 in the afternoon, maybe 1 o'clock. We were out of there pretty quick. But by that time, it was packed.
Everybody had 2 cases in their hands.
Yeah, well,
with a big smile on their face.
All they could have,
So the smart thing to do is take non-beer drinking people out there.
Yes,
that's the thing. Yes, your girlfriend, or I'm not saying your girlfriend's not a drinking, a drinker.
Someone you want to go on.
That's wrong. But some people's girlfriend aren't into all that IPA bullshit. But obviously you're go there and buy 2 cases.
Sure.
Get us involved.
If you want to go for a long drive and camping in Vermont and stopping all the way to eat something delicious every couple of hours and smile for 2 days, yes, you want to go with us.
Yeah, and it's a short trip. I mean, it really isn't, the Northeast isn't that big.
If you're smart, what you do is you pick a camping spot between there and Shelburne.
Well, we did.
Shelburne, Vermont, for Fiddlehead.
Well, we didn't do that, but that's what we did on that trip to Hill Farmstead is we left on a Friday and went, we got 3/4 of the way there or something like that, 2/3 of the way there.
Gaz and those guys know every dirt road.
Oh my God!
You can,
they're like a
not
Garmin.
that Route 100 isn't beautiful, but they'll take a left, take a right. Oh, where are we going to?
There wasn't even a sign on that road.
No, it'll be fine.
It was like not even. It's so country. They don't even put stop signs up.
It's just
They just assume your intersection. You're going to stop.
And then you pop out in the back lot of some
a farm. It was a farm. Oh yeah, for that one place where we ran into the guys with on the what was it? Not the quads, but the
side by
what are they called? Side by sides. Unbelievable. They're just driving down they're just driving down the regular road. They're street legal.
It's like when you go to Florida and see old people driving golf carts.
It was kind of like that, but it was like the hick, the country version of a golf cart, a side by side. And we rolled up in this place that was making like gourmet. This was near Hill Farmstead. That's making like gourmet pizza in the country,
nice.
like dairy cows, or like literally like
they were growing
in
the wheat.
The field right next to you.
The cheese came this morning.
And we roll up to this place.
Perfect.
We're all ready to get our pizzas. We roll up to this place with like 8 like side by sides, people in like helmets and like things, just rolling up doing the same thing.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like in terms of if New York State was really on board, in my opinion, they would let us do stuff like that.
Oh, for sure.
Because there's a huge market.
Oh yeah.
For
snowmobilers in the wintertime.
It is. Essentially, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
It's essentially summertime snowmobilers. Yeah. I mean, come on. How's there not a market for that? You don't want to drive your side by side down public roads and get beers and food. I mean,
4-wheelers and dirt bikes, all of it.
Dude, come on.
Then duck into a trail, light a fire, cook some meat,
exactly.
whatever.
Camp out.
Whatever you want.
Sounds like a great time to me.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, New York is not conducive to that at all.
Speaking of which, how's business been as of late?
It's been very busy.
Good.
Fortunately, our food, Eric's food has made it not easy, but certainly made it so that we're still busy.
Yeah. Now we got what I want to call this a ficus, but I feel like I'm in a jungle.
Ficus.
It is.
This is real.
I think it's a palm, actually.
Yeah, but this is real. It's not. This is
sure.
fake.
It's not. Yeah,
This is
for
live.
those of you who are listening, that
They used to live on the porch, but they're wintering inside.
Yeah.
You got plants.
They're palms, actually. I believe they're palms.
Yeah.
No coconuts, though.
I don't think they're aromatic.
Yeah, I tried
not.
sniffing it. I felt like maybe it gives off some fresh air or
But
something.
they do a great job of spacing and looking nice.
Yeah. Well, a couple things that I was a little late, but then you got busy, so it doesn't even matter. But I was over at the Comleys.
Really?
Craig Comley.
The family.
The 5 C's.
Craig grew up with Eric.
Yeah.
They were in the same grade. They've known each other since they were like in kindergarten.
I think the only reason why I was allowed to leave is because I was coming here.
Oh, I see. They let you go. Yeah, I know. They can really get into it. Yeah, they can. It's amazing that family. I don't know if you know this, but Craig is one of like 13 siblings.
They're always there.
They're like an army.
Yes.
Like they go out, like they've gone out for like the Comley pub crawl, and they themselves are enough people to actually constitute a pub crawl.
Yes.
Like I said, there's 13 siblings.
Made for it.
And Craig was the youngest.
Yeah.
And obviously they're all old enough that most of the siblings have children that are of age.
Yeah, they are
to be in bars. So I mean, you talk about, and I don't know how many siblings their parents had. So I don't know if there's a larger Comley faction, outside of the actual specific family. But I mean, like, I want to say they managed to get like 50 people here with like little or no problem.
Awesome.
And that's just the immediate family.
Yeah, I've been to Center Street. I've met them out during their pub crawl.
I believe I have a Comley pub crawl.
You have a shirt?
T-shirt, yes. I was honored with a Comley pub crawl T-shirt.
Which one?
Back in the day. The one that has the date on the back. I want to say it's the one where they had 3 nieces that all had a birthday around the same time. So they did the pub crawl.
What color was it? Red?
Black.
Black.
It was black.
Yeah, they know. Actually, I think that's what they do, black and white.
Yes, that's what it was. I have an I Love Comley T-shirt as well, which I don't even think is the same one.
No. Another thing I wanted to bring up is I ran into an old coworker of yours over at the Excelsior Pub.
Jay Bowers.
Jay Bauer. And
awesome guy. I think Andy knows Jay.
Yes,
do you know Jay?
You know Jay Bauer.
Well, he's got a little special going on right now. So you remember when we did the Kevin McCurkin where he had the fireside, the aged beers?
Yes.
He has kegs of aged beers that he's putting up on his like the top 3 or 4 beers on his menu are aged beers. I think the Three Philosophers was one that he aged.
Geez.
So I mean, I went there the other day and I haven't had a hangover in a very long time. After just like those top 3 beers, I was done.
Yeah.
Talking like 12%.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of beers,
I need one.
we
all need
beer. What are we thinking about? Well, we don't have to do the traditional.
I do want to talk. I just finished my Wolf's Hollow Dunkel.
I was actually going to have one of those.
It's good,
but unfortunately, it's difficult to. I might
Get
have
BJ's.
to. Well, it's not that it's busy in here, so there's no. But I mean, were you thinking about something other than the Dunkel?
Yes, there's a couple cans that you have. There was the Intergalactic Warrior.
Which
is that good? No good?
It's all right.
I don't know.
Which
I am very novice in the ways of your voodoo with beers.
So are we.
But
I don't know
the
shit.
names
you
themselves
and I
just
drink Bush
entertain
and Natty Light, so
Yeah. Well, you got a Limpton,
Bush
and he's
Light.
got Bush.
you know where we well, whatever. You know where we stand.
me. Gotta watch my figure.
I just watch it get bigger.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm like, it's amazing that my dryer keeps shrinking my clothes.
Yes. Oh man, it's so bad. I got my COVID 25 going.
My clothes are small.
And then there was also what's the KCBC, the Sidekick.
See, is it scissor? Is it what is it?
Oh,
Sidekick scissor or whatever.
Yeah.
That one. Oh my god, is that the? That's that the double IPA?
It may be.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to drink that right now.
I mostly picked out beers that I wanted to try. I mean, you can pick whatever.
Well, and we could do obviously the Wolf Hollow beer, but we wanted to save that.
The Amber, the American Amber.
There's
too.
the Amber there, and there's the Dunkel there. Yeah, you're not committed. You don't have to.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for having me.
You can always come back too.
I might do that. This is kind of fun. I like it.
Yeah, like you said, don't feel obligated. Like you can come back.
Don't come back without beer, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have marching orders. Goodbye, everybody.
DJ. Yeah, it's something simple. I'm gonna have a Dunkel. So what are you gonna have? Can I have a Dunkel? It's right here.
I'll have another.
Dunkel's the middle one. Middle one. So lots happened.
We had the election.
In the time. Well, I wasn't going to get into that. We
don't need to. I'm just saying that it happened.
I would prefer that we stay
away from
apolitical.
Yes, I agree.
That's not our. I was going to say Sir Sean Connery.
Oh yes,
That's fast.
That's so sad.
I wonder if one of my friends had him in a Deadpool.
Oh really?
Yes, I'm not going to name names. I have friends.
I have friends too that are in a
Deadpool. It's a serious Deadpool. Like
Yes.
There's rules
money,
and there's a lot of money and about how you get in and out of the Deadpool itself.
Oh wow!
And I didn't.
Do you have to kill somebody?
Well, I didn't. No. But no, if you want into the Deadpool, it's possible, but somebody else has to bow out.
Oh, or pass away.
Well, is that a pun? Passing out when you had a Deadpool? No, it's not. But they had a pretty serious operation going.
He got me one. He didn't get you one.
Whatever. I mean, they had a serious operation going. And if any of them are listening, which I'm sure they're not. Dunkel, yeah. I'll have whoever is. If any of you guys are listening, text me if anybody had Sean Connery. But I don't think anybody did.
Yeah.
And he was 90. Like, usually those guys are really on point.
Yeah. Like, I guess his last movie was a League of Extraordinary Men.
Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Gentlemen or whatever.
Which was not a very good movie.
Not a very good movie. He was really good in it.
He played Alan Quartermain.
Yeah.
Who was like a legendary, like
hunter
Indiana Jones
yeah.
type. And, that movie was about, like a lot of... it's sort of like a superhero movie of like normal people.
With
yeah, that was kind of like.
Well, not all. They had like vampires and.
Okay, you're right. They did. They
were like monsters, like a werewolf.
It was both things.
Dr. Jekyll,
apparently the American guy was Tom Sawyer. That was just.
He was supposed to be Tom Sawyer.
He was Tom Sawyer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his name.
I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, you didn't. The movie wasn't that good. No. It really wasn't. It really, I don't even know. I don't even think it had any potential, and it wasn't that good.
No.
Unfortunately, he was in it.
All right, well, let me ask you, what's your favorite Sean Connery movie?
Ooh, that's tough. We were talking about the other day. People don't realize, like, he played in some odd movies. Like, did you ever see the movie where I don't know the name of it, they were a family of thieves?
Oh, with her
Dustin
name?
Hoffman and Matthew Broderick. They were his son and grandson. I don't know. Odd movies that you didn't think
those
he
are
was
some
in.
pretty big names.
Obviously, everybody knows Highlander. You know.
Highlander. There can only be one.
You know, everybody knows The Rock. Everybody knows, Untouchables. That was a great role.
That was a great movie.
I think he actually won a Best Supporting Actor role, Oscar for that. But I mean, he played in, he played in some odd movies.
There was some movie that with what's her name, Catherine Zeta-Jones, where they were thieves.
Oh yeah,
too.
yes. The actual movie wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Everybody loves to imitate,
Sean Connery.
Yeah,
Saturday Night Live.
feet first. He had. I read, when he passed away, because I thought he was I liked him. He was a pretty good actor. Help for Red October.
Oh, that was
my
good.
God!
Though, I mean,
give me a ping for something.
Yeah, when you got a Russian guy with an English
One
accent.
ping only, yeah, dude. I mean, really, that's hilarious. But it was somewhat believable, which is really weird. Sam Neill would have liked to see Montana.
Yeah. What else we got going on? What else has
I just wanted to
happened since
mention that because
No, it's a big one.
Yeah, Steelers are undefeated.
Giants.
I wasn't going
barely got a
to,
game.
well, I'm sorry. That wasn't necessarily something I was going to bring up, but kind of.
Yeah.
The Steelers are, and I want, anybody who's out there listening who's actually watching the Steelers games, I'm going to admit right off the rip that the last 3 games where they played teams that were 5-1 or 5-0, they played a great first half, but their second half was a disaster, and they barely escaped with their lives.
Yeah.
So I do want to say this, they looked great in the first half, but the last 3 games where they won, that's why they're undefeated. I know when everybody looks back on the season and you win the Super Bowl, nobody cares what the score was in any other game.
Yeah.
But
nobody cares that the Giants have lost to the consecutive 5 or 6 games by
no
points.
Giants fans care anymore. They're done. But
no, who knows?
Like I say, with the Steelers, they're not invincible. So I don't want everybody to think I'm saying that because I'm a Steelers fan and I love my team. But in all honesty, they looked really vulnerable in the second half of the last 3 games.
Yeah,
and they, like I said, they barely
find a chink in the armor.
They barely got by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah,
they're going to really have to step it up on the second half.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Do you think they're going to go undefeated?
No, my God, no. And I hate to say, even this week, people are like, yeah, it's a 14-point game or something like that. I think it's unlikely that the Steelers are going to cover. And people will say, well, the Cowboys are terrible right now. Well, yeah, they're still a professional team. And it's exactly the type of thing where it's a trap. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe the Cowboys aren't going to win.
Yeah.
But, 14 points is a lot of points for a professional game. And, you know what I mean? It's exactly the type of thing where I can see the Steelers, just sitting back on it and be like, you know what? Cowboys are terrible
trap
right
games.
now. We can, trap. That's what
you said, trap games. All right, well, let me ask you this. Eddie Touchdown Brown's son comes off of suspension this week.
He's playing with Tampa Bay. Yeah.
So he's going to go visit Gronk, or he's going to join Gronk and Brady again over in Tampa.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think?
I don't want to say anything bad about anybody. He had some fantastic years in Pittsburgh.
He's had some issues.
But,
who knows what's going on personally in his life that caused those issues.
I don't want to see him any ill will. I don't want to see that happen. But
especially somebody
I have some bitterness, I guess, or maybe some
yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. You had it good in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
and it's almost like you got it good in Pittsburgh. Your coach is solid. Your city supports you. Why wouldn't you want to play in Pittsburgh? And I know I'm saying that because as a Steelers fan, but you're going to throw that away because attitude. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Would you call? Sorry, not to change subjects, but would you call the Pittsburgh Steelers the Budweiser of football?
No,
that they stay so consistent.
I know. Because they're better than Budweiser.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But it's hard to have consistency
I'd like to
in the
compare
NFL.
them to a higher class of beer. No offense to those of us who are Anheuser-Busch
Stella
fans.
Artois?
I'm an
Some Peroni.
Anheuser-Busch fan, but that's your iron worker beer. That's not your.
I'm just saying they've been pretty consistent.
They've been very consistent. Actually, I think if you look at their record in the last 25, 30 years, I think they might have had one. I don't think they've had a losing season, or if they have, it's been like maybe one or two in that amount of time, and like maybe a couple of 500 seasons.
That's what I say, yeah.
Almost all the time, they finish well. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to say it's probably a product, even though their coaches are great coaches and they're there for a long time. It's probably a product of the ownership, their commitment to winning. Other teams, look at the Patriots in the last 20 years. They lost maybe 2 AFC East.
What do you think is going on there?
I'm not going there.
Do you think it's Brady?
I wasn't going to go there yet.
No,
I was just saying.
We'll revisit. Put a pin in it.
Just saying in terms of Pittsburgh. I think it starts at the top and it filters down. They want to win, and they don't do it at the expense of spending everything. But I think they have a really good system of. Hey J-Rod, can we have some shots? I think they have a really, really, really good overall program in terms of like picking up players, like filling slots. Like, look, they're like, anytime you turn around, they got a great crew of linebackers, and I hate to say it rotates.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it kind of rotates regularly, but it seems like they've always got somebody ready to fill in, and like I think that's a product of. Like a front office, maybe not ownership.
Scouting and
right. I think
development, player development.
I think they've always had a leg up in that department, and the Steelers were never the type of team. Well, and part of the reason is they never had good first round picks.
Yeah,
but they were never the type of team to pick like that. Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
That big look player, but they look at more like in terms of what's going to be best for our team, not can we get our hands on a Heisman Trophy winner.
Ben Roethlisberger, maybe one of the and
you know what? But they see that was a smart move. He was like what, the third pick, fourth pick, fourth pick. But you know what? They could have. I don't know. It could have gone a different way. And I hate to say it. Look what I mean. Like he's had his ups and downs, and I'm not going to lie to you. He hasn't. But I think that he's been good for that team.
Maybe you're right. I was thinking that for some reason that year I thought it was Eli with San Diego. Then I thought it was Big Ben with Pittsburgh, and then Giants pick Phillip Rivers, and then
that was a big deal about how that shook out, in my opinion.
And to see Roethlisberger still be able to produce at this age,
Well, and that was a nice thing. Like they knew they were getting a player that's he was like 6'5". Players like that last longer. They do better in the pocket. They, I think that was also part of it. He's been very elusive at times, and he can take a hit.
Yep. Yeah, he is. Well, he's a big frame quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that was part of the Steelers' plan, but it certainly, it's worked out in their favor.
Obviously, as a Giants fan, you have to have a certain amount of respect because if you follow the storylines between the Giants and the Steelers, to always kind of root for the Steelers. It's basically like a sister franchise to the Giants.
And I've always felt that way. In terms of their game plan, to run the football, have a great D, have a decent complementary throwing game, but not like stellar. It's been back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that their mantra is almost the same.
Well, they're literally related.
Right. Yes. I think they've intermarried. Yeah.
The Maris sisters have it written in every single one of their contracts that if the Giants or the Steelers are in the playoffs and there's a game going on, that they leave production to go to the games.
Wow. Well, it's just unfortunately the Giants have not had the same.
We got spoiled for years.
Success.
For years we got spoiled.
Have not had the same success, unfortunately, that the Steelers had. You can bring it in, or I'll have one of those guys come out.
Where's Eric?
Eric's in the kitchen
cooking.
He had a rough day. The person that's normally working with him early had something else to do, so he said, sure, I'll stick it out myself. Well, it turned out that we had one of our busiest Saturday lunches I've ever seen in my entire life. I really felt bad. He was stuck for a good 2 hours.
Wow.
I really felt bad.
It's my fault. I took him away from his duties.
I was good to see you. We'll see you again soon.
You too.
Sorry I had to break away there. I'm actually still working.
No, it's all good.
That guy's super nice. I had to be in between.
What do you think of this beer?
I really like this type of beer because it has a clean taste and it's dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of my of course I like light beers. We know that we went through the Natty Light thing, but like this beer is very smooth and clean tasting while still being dark.
But I think that again, Wolf's Hollow has like a certain flavor profile. They like to use a lot of English ingredients. Obviously, this is a German beer, but I can taste.
Do you think that when we talk to them, we can wow them with our knowledge of that?
They might turn around and be like, "You're an idiot. You're completely wrong."
Yeah, you could be like, "It's Belgian, you fucking idiot." Right? They could, it's possible. But
I think the
you know
yeast
what?
might be
You're right.
better.
The nice thing is, that you're probably right about the fact that they still use the same across the board.
Yeah. There's a certain flavor profile that they,
Yes.
and it's I like it.
Now all the brewers have said that, but why wouldn't they want to try to change it up?
I don't know. Maybe they will.
Because now it's like common knowledge. Why wouldn't you say, all right, you know what? This time with this beer we're going to do this yeast, and with that beer we're going to do a Belgian or a right?
Maybe
Trick
they will.
people, maybe.
Who do you think locally?
This beer's almost done though. Look, you see how this beer looks?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. See, yours isn't nearly as cloudy as mine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's
It's
the
about to
end.
get kicked.
Yep, it's just about. It's been on for almost a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's no offense to those guys. It's not a huge seller.
Yeah.
A Dunkel's not something like we talked about.
Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, if you look at your menu, 90% of your menu up there is IPAs.
Yeah.
It's more of an IPA bar.
Well, it's not. That's not what
Not
we're
by-
shooting
not-
for.
but it's what it- it's what
you
your
got to
clientele
cater
drinks.
to your
Yeah.
clientele. And a Dunkel's not a huge clientele beer.
No. That's one thing I do like about this bar is that it is your standard bar where you do have your Coors Lights and your Bud Lights and your local favorites, your Fiddlehead and Blue Moon and Sam. But now you've gotten into you've got a foot into some of the more local craft stuff. So it's a good mix. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Jay's too.
Yeah.
But that is a straight up craft bar. That's what they're known for.
Yeah. No, and you try to. There's so many bars. You want to make your niche.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anybody can sell what we sell. It's all available to the public. But when you're doing like something that's like all craft, like Jay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it has its good and its bad. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say, if you don't offer Bud or Bud Light or Coors Light or some of the more like the popular domestics, you can turn customers away.
For sure.
And I think that's antithetical to what our job is here.
Yeah, it's we got the local breweries, and it's cool that like Whitman is their that Coors Light, Bud Light.
I think that type of thing was smart.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
That's covering your bases, especially if it's not like,
and that's not taking yourself too seriously either.
And it's one line. It's not like you're spending one line on it.
No. But like I said, I love the fact that they don't take themselves so seriously that they're like, I'm above that. Which, by the way, it might be one of the more harder beers to produce.
Yeah. Once again, like certain things, you can't hide.
Yeah, like the Pilsners and your lagers, and that's
can't
exactly
hide stuff. You mess up.
So good on them.
You're effed.
So yeah, I like this beer. Like I said, it's. I think it does. I mean, to me, I kind of taste a little bit of a Belgian yeast, maybe.
Well, a Dunkel would be automatically
it's a Bock, right?
Well, what do we say? Bavarian?
Yeah, our Bavarian. Yeah.
Right. That's our three.
Did I call it Bavarian again?
Yeah, but that's all right. Our three are like basically United Kingdom.
Yep.
Belgium or German.
Noble yeasts. Or no, it's noble hops.
No, the yeasts.
Yeah.
The yeasts are the things we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because specifically, you can get hops or malt barley from anywhere.
Yeah.
But like it's the yeast that really define the overall terroir, right? The terror
Yeah.
of the beer. And like it's either you're a UK,
Yeah.
you're a German, or you're a Belgian.
I was going to say, I almost taste the malted, like an English malted hop in
You
this
know
thing.
that, and that you know what? Those things can transfer, even though
Yeah.
it's maybe not an
It may
actual
not be,
UK, but other ingredients can
Yeah.
give you that same flavor.
I like it, man. And it's not an IPA.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love IPAs. See,
You know, like I said, you know, and it. Not that I don't appreciate every place we go and sample their beers, but like, you know, almost all of them are heavy IPA, and I'm like, for me, it's tough, very tough.
yeah.
You know, not that I don't appreciate it, but it's, you know, I mean, it's like there's such minimal differences. Would you grab There's so minimal differences sometimes in IPAs that I have a hard time like differentiating them.
If Jesse walks in behind me, just wave him over.
I will. I can see.
That's what I was looking for.
No, I'm watching. I can see.
This is right around the time he said he was going to swing by.
Thank you.
Ooh, thank you.
I'm going to say this is the tail end of that keg. Yeah. That's definitely.
Salud.
I don't know what our new salute. I don't know what our new keg will be on there.
Oh, you can't give us a hint?
I'm not sure. You know what? I have to ask Eric. He'd be the person to talk to. I know we got some Sixtels back there.
Of what?
I don't know yet. I'm going to say I know we have some.
You know you got, yeah.
But
You got
I
it back.
don't know. I don't know what specifically it is.
Are you ready to talk Patriots?
Patriots, the
Football team.
football team? Pretty sure I handled the football end of this conversation.
You did, but then I also brought up the Patriots, and you promised that we were going to talk about that a little bit
You know,
later.
it's hard because, you know what, I really haven't watched them much.
But what do you think? I mean, obviously, I haven't either. Not obviously, but I haven't really watched a whole lot of the Patriots or really what's going on in the AFC as of late. But do you think, from what you've seen, that big question, was it Tom Brady or was it Bill Belichick that made that team so famous or do so well, or was it a combination of the two?
Yeah, that's always a combination. It's unfair to say that whatever person they had come in and fill the slot for Tom Brady
Always great though.
is automatically going to come in and like do as well. No, that's foolish.
Maybe not Cam Newton, but some of the other quarterbacks that
I'm going to say that's foolish. Listen, I think that they have a solid foundation. All Belichick needs is to fill that slot. Maybe the players he has right now are not filling that slot, but you know, it's unfair to him and the organization to say that they automatically can, because they have such a great system and they have Bill Belichick, that they're suddenly going to be successful. Like every team has a little, you know, every team has a lull, and you never know what Bill Belichick might see in a 6th-round pick next year.
True.
You know, okay, they're not winning a
ton of games right
AFC championship, but they got a good chance at the AFC East because every team in that division is fucking awful.
now. Yeah.
So they got.
Did
honestly,
I say AFL earlier?
AFC.
Did I say AFL?
No, I don't remember you saying that.
I mean, that's where
every team in that division is pitiful.
Yeah.
So they have just. I mean, honestly, they might not be the Tom Brady dominant team as always, but there's a good chance they're going to win that division.
Yeah.
Regardless. Yeah. And you know, like I said, give it time. Today people are too expectant of immediate results.
Yes.
You know, it's a product of Grubhub. It's a product of Amazon.
Social media.
It's a product of getting your shit as soon as you want it, immediately. Well, you know what, Patriots fans, no offense to you, you're not going to get your immediate gratification. But be patient. If they keep Bill Belichick, I assure you that they will be winning championships
soon. Yeah, I agree.
It just might not be with Cam Newton or whomever that they have currently. I mean, but okay, they might have a 500 year. Like I say, next year they might pick up a 6th-round pick and dominate.
Who's your Super Bowl
for
prediction?
the next 20 years?
What's your teams?
Dude, I got to say, whatchamacallit looks still good. Kansas City still looks great.
Obviously, yeah.
They put up points. They look great.
Tampa's looking good.
I'm not going to say that they're going to be in that situation.
I'm just saying they're looking
but
good.
in the
Why,
NFC,
'cause the Giants almost beat them?
Right. The NFC is a little more open. Teams that people thought were going to be that good aren't as awesome as people thought.
Yeah.
AFC wise, I hate to tell you, it's going to be probably Steelers, Kansas City.
Okay.
If both teams keep it up, I mean I don't really see somebody else being a real competitor in that situation. There were some good teams. Tennessee had a good record. Buffalo's got a decent record. But when it comes down to it, I'm not really sure that anybody's going to be able to compete with Kansas City.
Yeah.
They play well. They look. I mean, there's no stopping them.
Yeah, they got a young team.
What's their record? 6-1 or something like that.
They got a young team. They're doing well. They still got Andy Reid over there.
Yeah. I see them staying at the top.
Yeah.
I mean, Baltimore was good.
Yeah.
I mean,
another young team.
3 teams in the AFC North have good records: Cleveland, the Steelers, and Baltimore. A lot of the rest of the AFC doesn't look that sharp.
Yeah. How about the Dodgers?
The winners of wow, getting around to that. I think that the World Series this year is a joke.
It's
a joke.
I wouldn't call it a joke. It just seemed like a abbreviated version, like
a joke.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, what are you going to play? Fucking 40 games, and then you got a World Series champ.
Yeah.
What? No, I'm sorry. That World Series team cannot be accorded the same championship as somebody that had to have Ford Frick. Up your asterisk. But come on, it's one thing. 154 games to 162 games is a whole different whole different ball game.
I agree.
No pun intended. To 50 games in a World Series.
It's an equivalent of watching like 6 games in the NFL. And then going into a Super Bowl.
I'm sorry if somebody's walking around being like, "We're World Series champs this year." I want to be like, "I'm sorry, you guys won a tournament of sorts, but I don't think you're, in my opinion, worthy of World Series championship." I'm sorry. I don't mean to be scornful, but
as long as it's not Houston.
Come on, you seriously? It's like the NFL playing 4 games and then running the playoffs.
But what if the Yankees won?
Then, of course, we'd be world champions. And it would be number 28, and I would be putting it in everybody's face.
That's what I thought. It's
called a double standard. Yes. And I can do that because we own this bar.
Your Steeler Yankee bar.
No, of course not. I would love it because the Yankees won.
Yeah.
But would I consider it a 28th World Series? No. I think I can be
27 and a half.
Objective. Right. Yeah, no, 27 and like a third.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I could be objective and be like, you know what?
I'll take the win.
It's great that my team won, and I actually what would have been the best thing was they did go to the World Series because for our bar, the Yankees being in the playoffs in the World Series is great for business.
Yes,
because people want to come in. You can watch the game at home, but it's different. You want to come in, you want to socialize. Yeah. And I will say this: over the years, when the Yankees went distant in the playoffs, it was great for business.
Yeah,
and I will say this, and on a selfish level, I love having this Yankees in the playoffs. Well, then A, because I'm a Yankee fan, and B, because it does well for us.
At least you didn't waste a Yankees World Series during COVID.
Right. I guess always the silver lining.
See. All right, what beer are we going to have next? We should at least do one more.
Sure,
and I think we'll wrap it up.
That's fine. Crap. What's worthy of our attention?
You know more than what I know. What do you got in can in there? What do you got?
Who told you like that?
What's that?
There's a bunch of cans in there right now.
That's not up on the board?
Most of the stuff that's on the board.
Do you have a wit in there?
There's. You know what's in there? You know what we should do? All right. There's what is it called? It's one of the. It's not M43. It's 9.3%.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to opt for. I can't think of the brewery right now because I'm, kind of clueless. BJ, there's a 9.3% beer in that top cooler. Would you grab it for me?
He already knew. He didn't even let you finish.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, what's the name of it?
It's
Boss Tweed.
It's 18.6 proof. Just so you know.
All right.
Yeah, it took us like
18.6.
an hour to figure out the proof.
Just to double it.
And we should have known it in like, exactly,
Yeah,
we should have
double
known it in like 1 second.
So, would you call this a liqueur?
No, it's under a wine. New Orthodox Brewing Company, which is in like it's weird, like Michigan, I want to say.
I wish BJ was in.
Yeah, it is.
Right
It's
now.
Williamston, Michigan. Old Nation Brewing Company, and it's called Boss Tweed. Now, actually,
I know who Boss Tweed is.
I was going to say this if my knowledge of history is correct. Boss Tweed was the name of the person from New York City who ran Tammany Hall.
Yes.
And they basically had a lock on the politics.
Yeah.
Sort of like today.
Yes, exactly. That's all.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
They're all Boss Tweed. It doesn't matter who's what side.
Well, New York is always that way.
Yes.
Simple as that. Because of New York City. Anyway, we're over that. But this is 9.3%.
It's an IPA,
which is really serious.
It's not a double?
a double. It is
Okay.
a double. It is not a double dry. It is a double IPA. And it says, and now I'm reading from the can for those of you, and this is not memory. Its hops are Magnum, Simcoe, Citra, Mosaic. Now it's dry. Wait, what?
I'm going to have her take a photo of it.
And the dry hop end of it, which is part of the double, is Simcoe, Citra, Mosaic, and Azaka.
I haven't heard of Azaka yet.
I don't know what Azaka is, but I'm sure it's bitter and annoying.
Well, if it smells like or tastes like burnt
A duck, what?
hair,
Yeah. And it mentions the malt part of it, but I guess nobody gives two craps about that.
No. Wait, what I do?
Well, the malt is a Pils, wheat and oat, and Vienna style.
Interesting.
Yep, says it right on the can, which I like.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting.
Now, you know what the best part is? We got this can, and we don't have something to drink it out of.
Well, I guess we're going to have to finish
We're
these
going to
beers pretty
slam
quick.
these beers?
Yeah.
So I guess that those of you out there have to just imagine.
Well, we don't have we have our photographer right here.
Us.
Oh, she's got earphones on, and she's got a hot mic.
Hey, BJ. Can I have 2 cups?
She just turned her mic off.
Thank you.
Oh, we were going to pound these beers.
No, two is fine. You want to try it? All right, 3rd cup.
I guess we're gonna have to pound it now.
That's what she says. Wait, that doesn't work.
Not the we.
We're having BJ join us here for this one.
Well, then we got hot mics, so
We got a hot mic, so you can talk.
Yeah, there you go.
He might not get a.
There's a headset right there. If you want to
Might
get it
not
to
get a headset on it.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, he doesn't have time for that nonsense. I don't have time for that nonsense.
This tastes good.
What's your initial?
Your
Okay,
face,
stop it.
Your face doesn't say that.
Wait, BJ's already been on with us, so he has
Yes.
he has a little, a real thing.
It has a nice, smooth IPA flavor.
Now it looks
Doesn't
like
have that, oily or tart bite. I guess.
All right, there you go.
Bitterness.
That's exactly it. Yes, see, thank you. And it's cloudy, so it's
I can taste every single one of the hops in there, but I don't taste. Yes, well, the Simcoe's got that like strong cooked flavor, like a burnt flavor almost.
Okay, thanks, BJ.
I can taste. It's not Galaxy. What are we? The Citra.
All right,
and the Mosaic.
I'm going for it.
What are you going for?
I'm going to taste it. I haven't tasted it.
Oh, you haven't tasted it?
I mean, it's 9.3. We got to be.
It's smooth for 9.3. You only get the burn at the end, like the heat at the end.
Oh wow,
that's
serious. It's very. Is that the word I'm looking for? Is like citra piney?
Yes.
Is that what I'm looking for?
That's the Mosaic and the Citra.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, but do you taste the hint of like the? I almost want to say like it's like a burnt, like a dark like flavor.
That's a really weird statement.
Yes, I know.
And no, I don't notice that right now.
That's the Simcoe. It's underlined. I don't know Azteca though. I don't know that hop.
Azaka, I think, is what it said.
Okay,
but I don't know.
Oh, Azaka, you're right.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. You and I know jack shit.
That's true. What do I know?
So, I know what tastes good, and it's pretty good.
It is good.
Yes, J-Rod.
I'm surprised.
I got J-Rod on the line here.
Local celebrity, David.
Negative.
The famous writer.
You got the staff on point right now.
I got 3 drinks. She's my DD. The beautiful Jessica.
And I will say this: this beer is. I'm going to say this. Getting back to it, This beer is actually, yes, it's way less. I thought it would have a lot of bite.
Yeah.
Like what's the word that does, like stinging bite?
Yeah.
Like the alcohol, like burnness.
Yeah.
I thought you would get because it's 9.3. No, I don't get that at all.
Ever slight. It's like very on the back,
But very little. Like
very
way
very
less
little.
than.
Yes. It's a very good flavor profile, I think. I
want to say this for a 9.3, which, like I said, I anticipated would be a very burny. Was that the word burning?
Yeah, burning. Yeah,
Tastes like burning.
it stinges the nostrils.
Tastes like burning.
Yeah, tastes like
But
burning.
yeah, no, I don't get that. And that's good because you can drink a whole bunch of it and then fall over.
Bro, this is like a puzzle of deliciousness. So
We've got a bunch of Old Nation beers right now. We
Really?
actually have the M43, and we have another one. And I should know that. Oh, the Cart Horse. They're IPAs. They're pretty tasty.
yeah. Wow, this also has obviously the boil hops. It's literally got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, remember we
4,
talked about
5.
this. The hops that you put in for the
Yeah,
fermentation
yes.
process is the regular hops, and then the dry process you put it in the tank after
what makes
it's
it a
been,
double.
after it's been fermented.
Yeah.
So you're not cooking it.
Yeah.
It's a dry hop, and
Yeah.
you put it in, you filter it out.
Yeah. But there is a lot going on. There's literally 5 different hops in this.
Yeah, no, 5. There's I think like 7.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4,
When
5.
you look through the ones that are the original and the ones that are dry.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it 5?
there's doubles.
They're mixing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's doubles. So you got Simcoe, Citra, and
You need me to read that
Mosaic.
for you?
Mosaic.
All right.
My business.
Where's your glasses?
I don't wear glasses.
All right, just checking.
Sometimes at night I do. I have contacts.
Doctor, my eyes was the song was just on.
Bro, are we gonna do these shots?
Yes, we are. Absolutely.
Salud.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Actually, and it's hard to believe. But some people ask me, how come we haven't done a podcast in
Been a while, yeah. I got
Which
a lot
makes me kind of proud.
yes, that people are
Somebody
following.
actually give a shit about it.
I've gotten a lot of good feedback. While I was gone, like I told you when I was in Chicago, I got a lot of people messaging me, strangers messaging me, and there are people reaching out to me on Instagram, which you can find us on at Capital Brew Podcast. But also friends and family and just other people who have been kind of acquaintances in the radio industry have just been like, hey, what's going on? You only put out a couple episodes. I'm like, bro.
They were worried about us.
Well,
Like,
I started a new job.
Yes, and you should explain that to the listeners. That's why it's been. And actually, that's why I told my friends that were asking, like, how come you haven't done it? I'm like, well, my partner got a job.
Scheduling is tough.
Man's got to work.
Yes. So I got next
You know
Saturday
what?
off.
Man's gotta work.
We should do something next Saturday. Maybe I'll reach out to the ESPN guys because we've been talking a lot of
I might
sports.
have
in
to.
this one.
I might be hunting next week.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't want to. We might be better off doing it like during the week.
Okay. Well, I'm doing special training right now, so maybe when I'm done, like then my schedule changes.
Like is your schedule like during the week like a normal schedule?
I work next week. It's all 9 to 6.
Well, I mean, we could always do it after like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm not working Wednesdays.
Okay.
So we can do it after that.
For sure.
I mean, sorry, listeners, you had to listen to us.
Yeah,
fucking
we'll
talk
figure it
about
out.
that. Fortunately, there's editing for that.
Yes.
But yeah, I want to get up north at least once or twice this fall.
I want to get into hunting.
Never done it.
Never.
You've never done it?
I've been shooting my entire life.
It's cold.
That's fine.
That's
I go
my best
snowboarding.
description.
I go snowboarding.
Cold.
I go flying down a mountain at like 60 miles
Cold.
per hour.
Hunting is not the experience of shooting something.
No, I know.
Hunting is a whole different.
From what I understand, I'll go from a day where I'll spend 200 rounds to a day where I'm lucky if I spend 2.
I'm not. I spent 15 years and I never spent 1.
Oh, really?
So don't feel bad. But you know what I did do? I ate and drank like a champion
Awesome.
while I was at hunting camp.
Yeah.
That's what hunting is about.
I'm going to get into it.
People don't realize like hunting is like 10% hunting.
Yes. Oh, obviously.
The rest of it is
Eating,
enjoying
hanging
the
out.
other stuff of hunting.
even getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but it's an opportunity. Like my father's a hunter, so it's an enjoyable experience for me to hang out with him and like do something that we enjoy.
I have a family.
and his friends and stuff. It's fun,
I have a family rule. If you kill it, you got to skin
better
it,
eat
eat
it.
it.
Yeah, that's
So I've never really got into it.
I kind of agree with that. You know, if you're gonna bring yourself to shoot something for sport, you better eat it.
Yeah.
You know?
As far as like getting up early in the morning, as the beautiful Jess can tell you, we'll get up at 3:00 in the morning, drive 3 hours, and then hike for 5 miles.
Well, then you've got the worst part of hunting down.
Yes.
The getting up early and going out.
Yeah. And then the rain and the cold and the snow. I've done it in the snow.
Yeah, it can suck.
Yeah. I enjoy it, though. I love it.
It can suck. It's like a fine and pleasant misery.
I'm going to get into it.
That's the way I look at it.
Definitely going to do it.
You know, hunting's not fun if there's not a little adversity.
Yes. Well, nothing's fun unless there's a little
adversity. You don't want it. Well, okay, sometimes you do. You don't want it all bunnies and rainbows. Like, you know, you go out, the weather's beautiful, and it's sunny all day, and it's great. You
don't strike me as a gamer.
You don't
are you a gamer?
You don't want to tell somebody a story about, like, I went hunting this past weekend.
Sunny.
It was exactly.
The deer were just lining up.
They were just lining up. I was knocking them down like 10 pins. Like, you know, nobody wants to hear that story.
No.
They want to hear about you.
Yeah.
You know, broke your leg.
Do you watch Meat Eater on Netflix?
Do I watch what?
Meat Eater.
No, I don't know what that is.
All right, so it's a show on Netflix with Steve Ranella, who's good friends with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan.
Awesome. He's our idol.
He is our idol. He's our.
Can we shirt tail him?
Yeah. We got to get him on the show. I'll reach out to him. He moved to Texas.
Like, physically moved.
He physically moved to Texas.
It doesn't matter. It's a podcast.
I'm just saying.
We could do it from the Arctic.
I could phone call him. I can hook him up on my.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
We could do this from the Arctic
for sure. Actually,
which I don't want to do because it's cold.
Maybe during the next podcast we'll just prank people. Prank call.
IP Freely.
Yes. Pepe Roney.
Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Yes.
They got a million of them. Just watch The Simpsons.
Yes.
They can cover them all.
But yeah, we can do prank phone calls. But yeah, so
you can't do. The weird thing is you can't do prank phone calls anymore.
No, because nobody answers.
Exactly.
Everybody texts.
Like, you know, when we had a rotary phone when I grew up. Now those of you who are listeners are probably too young to remember what a rotary phone is. But, you know, when your phone rang, you answered. It wasn't like you were like, I don't feel like answering it. Yeah. Like, it keeps ringing. It's annoying. You have to pick it up. But the fact that somebody was calling you and knew your phone number.
I'm back on.
That's all right. We were talking about, like, how phones used to be. We were talking about how phones used to be, and you had to actually dial a phone.
Oh.
Do you remember talking to girls on the phone for like 5
after
hours after school?
Like, you know,
I remember when we got a really long pigtail cord.
Yeah,
and
you could go in the living room from the kitchen.
Yes,
you could go in the living room.
Do you guys
everybody's rotary phone was in the kitchen.
Do you guys remember when you had caller ID on an additional box next to the phone?
I was going to say, like, now nobody picks up the phone if they don't recognize the number. But back in the day, when your phone rang,
Dave Negrini.
Even
if he sees your name,
as long as it's Andy Marshall, I'll pick it up. But it was like, you know, when your phone rang, you had to pick it up. Like, it was like that was, you know, it wasn't like you could ignore it. You picked it up.
Yeah. What if it was grandma?
Like, now I want to say this. Okay, now a side story. And
I miss visiting. When
Andy's here.
Anyway,
no, it's all right. I watched a YouTube video of 2 teenagers whose parents gave them a rotary phone and a phone number. And
they couldn't do it.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes. You need to dial this number. And they couldn't fucking do it. It was awesome. It was so awesome watching them trying to figure it out that I literally couldn't believe how awesome I felt. I was like, wow. They had, dude, think about it. Like, we grew up with rotary phones.
Yes.
You know how it works. They had no idea. They were stabbing the buttons, like of the rotary phone, and like, why is it not
right? Like it was an iPhone, and if you stick your finger in the hole, it'll recognize your finger,
right? And there's a fingerprint there. No, you have to dial it. And honestly, they could they got it. The weird thing is they got it right after, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they actually got it. But it was too late, and it was awesome that they fucked it up. Awesome. Yes. So, back. Well, we were talking about hunting.
Hunting.
We were talking about hunting.
It is hunting season.
Yes.
It's awfully warm out.
That's what.
That's why I'm not at hunting
We
camp.
were talking about that.
It's too warm.
I'm like, if it was so nice, we would all. Yeah, exactly. Like we'd all prance around the woods, and it would be beautiful weather,
Yeah, and they would just sit there
and not.
watch you go by because it's warm and they're comfy.
Yes. Yes. So it's not exactly the greatest time.
I like it. I mean, I think I would like it.
Yeah. Well, now if it's warm,
If you like nature, it's wonderful.
I love
and if you
nature.
like eating deer, then that's also wonderful. And that's just
I've
the
had
perk.
it.
That's the perk.
yes. We were talking about that actually.
I would like to cook. I
We
like.
prefer
Yes.
to shoot things. We prefer to shoot things that we're going to eat.
Yes.
Lots of butter.
Well, like I was telling you, Miss, I have a family motto, so we're not big hunters in my family, but we're big shooters. And the family motto is my grandfather was a hunter, but my dad never really got into it because if you kill something, you gotta gut it and eat it.
There is a respect that you need to give
That's a
that
fair-
Yeah,
animal,
you gotta dress. Yeah,
without a doubt.
yeah.
That's a fair thing to say. Like I've often thought, like I've woodchuck hunted, which I really enjoy.
Did you eat it?
No, that's the thing. Like, how do we reconcile that?
Well,
Like,
my mother had a woodchuck that was in the garden that she just was mad that it was eating everything,
I just don't want to eat it.
and she
Like,
told
it's
me
a
to kill it,
rodent.
and I dispatched it.
Yeah, but the problem is,
I was young.
well, no, I have no problem with it, but it's a rodent. I'm like, do you like?
Well, there's
I wish
vermin,
I ate it. I wish I ate it.
right? There's vermin.
I don't think any of us want to eat a woodchuck.
I don't know. I've never had
I'm
one.
pretty sure it would taste terrible. It's a
They-
rodent. It's
Everything in my
it's a-
mom's garden was delicious, so if they ate
because
that,
they ate.
then they should be by default delicious. Maybe.
I don't know. I just don't think that a woodchuck would be something we'd want to eat. I mean,
Well, people eat
dude,
squirrel.
Squirrels
we've eaten stuff.
squirrels don't taste good.
No.
Now,
Rabbit?
the whole food chain kind of starts at rabbits.
Yeah, I was
Rabbit is
actually
good.
going to say
Yeah.
with Andy, like my minimum kind of food is rabbit.
I like
Yeah.
moose.
Well, that's
As you should.
upper
As you should.
I like
They
buffalo.
are.
upper echelon. Oh,
They're
absolutely.
amazing.
Moose is excellent.
Yeah.
Actually, when I had moose, I think I was with Andy when we were at the Sport Isle Pub.
Thank you, Sport
Isle Pub, yes.
Oh,
Tony,
that
it was Tony.
That was a
Tony
fine-
Lanzi.
That was amazing. That was a rare treat.
Yes, it
quite
was.
possibly a lifetime treat.
This is a weird thing.
Once and only.
You listeners might be
the
familiar
backstrap of a moose is
with Sport Island Pub up in Sacandaga.
Yeah.
When Andy and I were younger.
Right on the beach.
We had the good fortune of stopping there on our way to hunting camp, and Tony had said he had moose, and that he would have the kitchen like cook it up for us and like have it. And I was like,
It was
wow,
the whole,
I've never had it.
Oh, it was the whole roast.
I've never had it. I was like, wow, and he did that, and I'm like, I thought that to this day was a really awesome thing that he did for us, and it was delicious.
I had bear for the first time last weekend.
I had moose meatballs. That was good.
Oh, I bet you. Oh,
Wait,
Bear's tough.
so good.
how, well,
It was not tough.
so
I'm saying
have you seen the
not
show?
tough isn't tough, but tough to eat.
Have you seen the show Meat Eater with Steve Rinella?
I have not.
It's on Netflix. So basically, the whole idea of the show, the whole premise of the show, is they go out and he'll get like Joe Rogan or Brian Callen, and they'll go up and he'll get some famous people, and they'll go up into the mountains in like Canada, and they'll hunt bear. And I guess there's one spot where there's bear that they eat so many blueberries.
You need a bush light?
I need a bush light.
I would also like a bush
He
light.
does. He's not mic'd
I would
up.
also like a bush light.
This would be much easier to order if Rob had headphones on.
if there was a speaker attached to it.
All right.
So anyway,
digress.
they've gone on hunts with bear that eat so many blueberries that the meat of the bear tastes like blueberries.
That
Stop
sounds
it.
amazing.
Dead serious.
Really?
Yeah.
That does sound pretty amazing.
I agree.
You guys got to watch the show, and then they'll the whole show. Sometimes they don't kill anything, and that's just the show. But sometimes they do, or most of the
Right.
time they do. But then he'll have shows where he'll teach you how to cook that meat and how to cut the meat.
Sure.
And how
Cut it properly.
to, yeah, the
Thank
show's
you.
great.
Thank you.
I'm not a hunter, and I love the show. I like to cook though.
Yeah. The amount of things you can do, like bear. I hate to say it, not to disregard it, but bear is not exactly the best meat you want to ever start with.
Yeah.
To make a good meal,
It's rough.
Like you
It's
can
pretty
eat
tasty.
it, but you can do that. But I mean, you'd rather have elk or moose or deer, in my opinion.
By the way, talking about cooking meat,
Oh wow!
I went up to Oscars.
Oh, Oscars. Does he just say Oscars, Andy?
God bless Oscars.
Look at that ribeye.
That is.
It's
that's
like
one of
that
Andy,
thick.
dude. It's like two. That's like 2.5 inches thick.
Yeah, it's close to. It's probably more
Probably
than 3.
close 3. Yeah.
Their
Andy and I
seal
are
of
big
approval
fans.
is
Andy and I are big fans of
Yeah.
that place.
That's it cooked.
Thank
Nice
God
and
for-
charred on the outside,
Oh,
red on the
look at
inside.
that. Look at
Phenomenal.
that.
Jesus. They do a good job. They're tip top.
Yeah, and I still got a
They're
sirloin. from them.
Their pork chops,
Yum.
smoked pork chops, are the best I've ever had.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, you keep talking. I got to use the restroom.
Be careful.
Absolutely.
All right, I will. I'll be right back.
Did you talk to Nate?
So the principal is away?
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Did you talk to Nate?
I did talk to Nate.
Do you see what he bought?
Oh my God! What year?
Andy, 68.
Oh, it's a 4-speed
It's-
it's a 4-speed 400.
It's original 400.
Oh, is it
Dude,
run and drive?
at the very least 340 horsepower. Like I don't know what he
No.
has because I didn't look up the numbers.
You said it's a 400.
They did 3 400s, a 400, 400 HO, 400 Ram Air. I don't know which one it is, but all of them.
I don't
let me
think it's a
say
Ram.
this.
I didn't see any
Let me
kind of
say this.
induction.
All the 400s are solid.
So it's over
the
300.
other, the other
Jeez.
cars, the other engines were 350s. which
Do we
he
know
does not have.
how many miles?
No, I have no idea.
Is it like I want to go mess with it?
It's pretty sweet.
Frankly, I want to drive it and lean on it
Yeah,
with the top down
yeah.
and smile.
The thing is, he told me that the brakes are not adequate, so you and I can't drive it around.
Just
He got it like almost off a trailer.
great. That's fine. I mean, you don't need a whole lot of brakes. You
BJ's
wind it up and let the
BJ's
engine
gonna
slow
take
you
care
down.
of it.
It'll be
BJ's
fine.
going to take care of it. He'll pop the. He probably needs a little brake line work, a little gas line work, and probably what's it? Not a piston. What's a BJ? What's it? The front
Wheel cylinder.
wheel cylinders. That's it. Probably
Wheel
needs a
cylinders,
couple wheel cylinders.
possibly a brake booster, whatever.
But I saw it. It's beautiful. It looks great. I'm jealous.
Hopefully, there's not a whole lot of rot. And
No, there isn't.
I get to feel all of second gear.
I think he'll have to put new floorboards in it.
If he lets me drive it, I'm going to bring my own rims and rear tires and boil them off.
Dude, it's a 400, so it's pretty serious. I'm psyched. I'm psyched for him.
It's convertible.
It is. It's convertible.
It's a Firebird or a Camaro?
Firebird.
Yes.
68.
That's what I thought. And
I'm pretty
he sent me
sure-
a picture out of nowhere.
I'm pretty sure it's in Laguna Blue or...
It looks dark. Very dark.
It is. It's the color is a GM color. It's either Laguna Blue or dark teal. I can't remember.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for him. I'm very excited for him.
Hopefully, Evan doesn't crash it.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Of course,
It'll be
it's
a
possible.
while.
A
Okay,
teenage
you're right.
son crashes everything they touch.
Shit, you're absolutely right. Maybe we should.
I did not crash a car until I was 20. I just want to point
All
that out.
right.
I
You
crashed my car.
were like,
I crashed my car immediately.
What car did you crash?
75 Chevy Impala. 2 accidents immediately. I got sued for one of them. And I didn't even. Yeah, it was sucked.
That was your first car?
75 Chevy Impala Coupe.
You
2-door.
Are you serious?
Yep, it was awesome.
And it was your first car, and you crashed it.
Oh, twice.
That's how boys work.
I crashed my first car too, but I waited until I was after 20.
What kind of car did you
I was
crash?
16.
I was gonna. All right, my first car was a Honda Prelude,
What year? I've had
spoiled.
3.
1990.
Gr- Wonderful car.
Yeah,
2
Oh,
liter.
well,
That was
all-wheel
an awesome
steering.
car.
Nice.
Like the
I
really
had an
nice car.
86, an 89,
Steve
and a
Jensen.
91.
Steve had
They're
one of those.
amazing
Are you
cars.
serious?
They are
Yeah.
amazing. They
Oh,
are
I
amazing.
didn't realize I was talking to such
dude,
a connoisseur.
Dude, one of my other employees, Steve Jensen, has had like 3 of them as well.
Yeah, I wish they would bring that car back. Though I don't know, like
The Honda
nowadays.
Prelude was just an amazing car.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Well, what was your first car?
'86 Toyota Corolla hatchback.
There you go.
FX.
So
Was it brown?
Automatic.
Was it brown?
No, it was Arrest Me Red.
So it was just like it was when they still had like the first Supras that came out, but it was like the you said Celica hatchback 2-door.
No, Corolla.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Corolla. 9 small adults fit in that.
Yeah.
Within minutes of
Oh,
getting
think
your
about
license.
how many adults fit in my 75 Chevy Impala.
All of them.
2 bench seats. Oh, all of my friends.
They fit in
and
the
more.
trunk.
All of my friends and more. Literally.
Yeah, sorry, Malta Drive-In, for that one.
10. Fuck 'em.
We owe you a few dollars.
No, we don't. Fuck them. 10 people.
I went there this year.
10 people. I could fit 10
What
people
old,
in that car.
what old movie did they show you?
We watched. We watched Animal House and
Great movie.
Yes.
Vacation.
Nerd.
my
The
God.
very first
Is that wrong?
National
No,
Lampoon.
Nerds was
That was, you said Animal House.
Nerds was Nerds.
Oh, it was.
Nerds,
Sorry.
yeah. Oh, you took it
got
down.
excited.
No, it's there. It's right there.
Where is it?
It's right there. It's,
All great.
Trust me.
Yeah.
The
Sorry.
Nerds thing is there.
I got excited about 80s college movies.
Yes. Well, I watched Animal House and we watched the very first Vacation movie.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, back to back. That was a good night.
Yes.
At
You can't-
Malta Drive-In.
Yes, and Malta Drive.
Yay.
Yes.
Yay. Long live Malta
You know, Andy, remember this? The Super 50.
Yep.
I saw Return of the Jedi at the Super 50 drive-in.
Is that it's the drive-in.
Yeah, Andy.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Andy-
you hung
Andy-
the speaker. There was no tuning in.
Andy's from Boston Lake.
Yeah.
I grew up in Glenville, but my parents and I drive-in was the Super 50. Now, for those of you who obviously no idea who the Super 50 is, if you know where By George is,
I know about
on
George's.
Route 50,
The judo
that
place. And,
was the Super 50 drive-in.
oh, really?
And that is where I
There's all
saw
trees.
Return of the
old
Jedi.
school, single
It's on the-
screen.
On the left side of 50 going towards, going up
Yes,
north.
yes, right before Outlet Road.
Yes, but that's all trees.
No, it's back there. The fire department's back there. By George is there.
Okay.
That was where we went for drive, and I'm sure Andy did too. Went for a drive-in, and oddly enough, the Malta drive-in was also right around the corner. But I didn't go to the Malta drive-in. I don't know if you guys did.
Do you want to know the first?
We went to the Super 50.
You went to Super 50 because it was in your backyard.
You went to the Super 50.
It was
You
right
wanna know-
there.
you want to
That's
know where
we
the
went.
first?
And I saw it was, I believe, Return of the Jedi and an officer and a gentleman. I want to say
Oh wow.
when I was a kid.
The first drive-in I went to was in Coles Plaza on Route 50 or Route 5, Central Ave. So do you know where? All right, Harbor Freight,
Yep.
right across
Route
the street
5?
on Route 5,
Yeah.
and it's Central Ave.
I know where you're talking about.
Yeah,
That was
Colony.
How old are
That's
you?
a ways up.
I'm 41.
Okay.
Do you, let me
He's
put
in
it-
our bracket.
Let me put it this
he's our
way:
age.
the first movie, the movie I seen there, Tron,
Tron, the original Tron.
the original Tron,
Shit.
and my aunt drove us there. She had one of those old battle wagons. She backed into the spot.
The one with the back seat that
Yeah.
flipped up and you were facing the other way.
Well, yeah. So she
Right?
backed
Yeah.
into the spot.
Those were the best.
So a bunch of my cousins, and you had the thing the speaker that would run on the window.
Yeah, hung it.
So it was a bunch of us. It was three of us in the back seat. I was lucky enough in the second half of the night to switch my cousin and get to sit up on the roof. But then so the tailgate comes down. So there was 3 in the back
It was
row.
the tailgate that also opened up.
Oh, yeah. Put the
And-
blankets and the bean bags.
Yeah.
Just set up shop.
Yep, and then there was 3 of us in front of the people who were sitting in the back seat, and then 2 of us up on the roof.
Yeah. Those
Did
were
you,
the
did
days.
you like the green incense burning things that they sold you with the big popcorn and the whole
Yeah,
Those
take
were the
it all
days, I'm
in,
telling
you.
the drive-in.
Did you know there was a drive-in there? There was Builder's Block or something. There was before Kohl's moved in there, before that plaza was torn down. There was the drive-in. I think it was called the Mohawk Drive-In, and then there was the Builder's Block. It was like a Home Depot before Home Depot.
Like a Grossman's.
Yeah, well,
Right?
but it was a big place, like a Home Depot, and it was called Builder's Block that went into that spot when they tore down the movie theater, the drive-in.
I didn't know the name of it.
It's Builder's Block.
That's it.
Never heard of Builder's Block?
No, I haven't. I'm an ignorant, I guess.
No, it's all good. Well, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Or we can keep going.
I don't know. What else you got?
I got nothing. I saw
Jesse just rolled in.
Oh, he's actually got the headphones on. He's just listening. You can? Yeah, bro. We got a couple seconds here before your mic is now live.
There's no hurry or lack of.
And if you suck, I'll just edit you out. Yeah, you're good.
That's the great thing, editing.
Yeah.
Can you hear anything on your headphones?
I can hear you guys. Yeah, you guys sound great.
Awesome.
Can you hear me now? That's it. That's all. That's it.
I like how you guys have a beer podcast. And
we don't talk about beer.
Yeah, you haven't. I haven't heard anything about beer. But Dave is drinking a Busch.
It's genius.
He's also drinking a
I admitted to the public that my favorite beers are like Busch and Natural Light.
I heard you mention that in another podcast.
Oh,
and
you have listened to him.
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys.
At least your friends listen.
Well, I don't know. If
I've asked
say,
him a billion times to say, "Have you heard the podcast yet?" No, I haven't got a chance.
At least your friends listen. My friends could care less.
How many of your friends have asked you why we haven't put out a podcast in the last couple of weeks?
I don't have any friends.
Okay, I'm your friend.
Okay, I have one friend.
I've actually got a reserve fridge in my basement. Fridge freezer, which keep like just some extra food and like mostly beer. And it's mostly like light, just plain. I like this stuff. Fiddlehead's great.
It is great.
But the old standby is just like at the end of the day, it's just good having a light beer, not get too, because some of this stuff is like turbo.
What's your light beer?
I agree with you totally. That's what we were talking about earlier when you were not here.
Yeah.
I'm like you can get into some IPAs that'll knock you on your butt, and you're just like, hey, listen, I just want a light beer, plain and simple.
Before you leave tonight, you got to try this Boss Sweet. It is phenomenal.
Was actually
it's
Jesse,
really good.
I get a lot like. I'm not an IPA guy, and it's like 9.3. It's good stuff.
But it's a double, right?
It's like
double?
like white. It's like the white lightning of beer.
Yes.
Wow.
Gator. White lightning.
So what is Fiddlehead? Like, what type of beer is it?
It's a New England style IPA.
Hazy.
But it is an IPA?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard the one podcast when you guys were talking
New
about
England
this.
style. New England style means
I think it was the first one.
Unfiltered. New England style is unfiltered.
It's good. You know, I'm an expert with beer. I can, you can put any beer in my hand, and I can tell you exactly how good it is.
And you'll drink it.
I'll drink it.
It's a very uncommon.
You've mastered our level.
The first time I got drunk was with Nick, and it was with 40-ounce malt liquor.
What kind?
Big Bear.
Big Bear.
What the fuck? What is that?
You used to buy it at Stewart's.
We did it.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, we did it perfect. We did it in a garage, an unpaved garage, dirt floor.
Perfect.
Yeah,
John McKelly puked and his dog ate it.
Yeah, it involved puking. And it was
I had
classic,
a broken leg.
I've never even heard of that. What is that?
Big Bear was it's a malt liquor. Actually,
is it like the Kodiak of of lippers? What? Wait,
Stewart's used to sell it. It was like the only place that sold it. So you can take $5 and I can get a bum. I was like 17 years old, 16 years old.
You're skipping a vital step. First, you got to play Hey Mister.
Hey Mister. That's what I'm saying. So
Hey
like,
Mister.
See, you got to tell them everything.
$5. And
Explain Hey Mister, just in case anyone doesn't know.
That's right. I have no idea what you're talking about. So tell me.
For today's youth, you would sit out in front of Stewart's and as you have to pick
the Hey
somebody.
Mister's like, give me some freaking beer.
Hey Mister, you 21? Awesome.
Yeah.
Will you buy me some beer?
Yeah. All right. I should have known that.
So I was really good at picking out the guys that would buy us beer. See, if you pick the wrong person, they go inside and they tell them
Tell
people,
them don't
they
sell those fucking
and they would kick us out. They would call the cops. So I always picked like the college students.
What's the word I'm looking for? Like harshen.
But anyway, so $5 used to get you a pack of cigarettes back in the day, and then some, and also a Big Bear 40. And whatever the change was left over, you give it to the guy who went.
Big Bear 40?
Oh, it's so good, I probably got a photo.
I mean, I understand like Mickey's. I understand.
Grenades.
Mickey's,
yeah.
The wide mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand a lot of. I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that.
I was showing them the steaks I've been cooking this week. It's literally like
that was
3
awesome.
inches. Yeah.
By the way.
Oh yeah, and this is it done.
That's all you got. 3 inches.
It was beautiful.
Hey Dave, as a bar owner, what do you think of when bars have overpriced or not overpriced? Because I know margins are important. I'm just saying, like when they have 40 ounces.
Oh yeah.
What do you?
Bars have 40s?
Yeah, $10 40s.
Well, there's one over there. It's mainly a food joint.
We've spoke about it before about them having the Rare Voss.
Wait,
They got. I think
we
it's
need
cold.
to have 40s?
I think it's.
Yeah,
why don't you do it, man?
Problem is 40s is they don't fit well in the coolers.
And they turn into weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Is that yeah?
Well, I don't know. I was
They
just
don't
wondering
really
what you were
fit.
thinking.
No, they don't fit. They don't fit well. Like like bar coolers are meant for like 12 ounce or 16 ounce bottles. 40s are not like shit. I wouldn't even know where to put them. I mean, I like a 40. I mean, whatever. But
That big cooler that you have there at the end of the bar.
yes, that could be a possibility. But
think they're gonna-
that cooler's got to get replaced by this cooler right here.
Let's do Mickey grenades.
The wide mouth. Little,
Bro, I used to go to West Philly and at like 16 years old and walk into bars and get Mickey grenades.
wide mouth. Yeah, I did it.
The little
I did
guys.
it too. Yeah, the wide mouth.
Yeah. Well, the big ones have the wide mouth too.
But
40s.
the small ones had the,
Yeah.
I think 40s are going to make a comeback.
Yes.
At least
Like, I'll say
for
this,
me.
Jesse, they might make a comeback, but not in a bar. Like, it's not easy for a bar to deal with it.
You got growlers.
The systems are not. No, stop it, please.
I know.
The systems are not set up for that.
I'm just saying the growler's actually a little bit better than a 40 ounce. You get 64 ounces.
Yeah, but I mean, like, okay, I don't. You know what?
If I came in here with a growler,
I'm gonna slap you.
if I came in here with growler and I just drank that,
No, you can't. We can't do growlers anymore. We got to deal with the fucking COVID shit.
but let's say COVID didn't exist. If I came in here with a growler, a 64 ounce or 128 ounce, would you let me just fill it up and drink it from here?
Yeah.
Bet.
Well, yeah, whatever. As long as I can put booze into it, yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it.
I kind of want another beer.
I was surprised when I saw a 40 ounce in a bar, and the price of it. At first, before I started thinking about it, I was like, "What the hell is this?" But it makes sense, If you want to get it,
The novelty of it.
if you want to get it real price, and you want to go stand on the curb or next to the snowbank and hide from your parents and drink it, that's fine. But
I think a 40 has a different situation.
I just
than
pictured
being in a
somebody
bar.
like knowingly buying it at the markup for when I come into a bar, like I understand I could go buy a 6-pack, but like I kind of want the atmosphere too,
Just
Yeah.
sitting there drinking a 40.
But I've never thought
Socialism.
about that with a Colt 45. I don't know. That's just me.
That's for at home on the porch.
Bro, just buy just
Or
go
in the
put 'em
garage.
the walk-in.
What's that?
You got a lot of beer in your walk-in.
By Christopher Walken?
Yes. I don't do a good impersonation.
Yeah, I feel like a
Shut the
person is-
walk-in.
Let's hear your Christopher Walken impersonation.
I got nothing.
Jesse, what was your favorite?
All I had was Alex.
yeah. Give us your best.
Give me a ping. Yeah.
What's your favorite Sean Connery movie?
Say again.
Your
Highlander.
Your favorite Sean Connery movie?
Who is that?
All right.
Is that the dead guy?
Yes, he passed away.
Oh.
Is that the dead guy?
Yeah, I know who he is. I'm just being a dick.
That was amusing.
Can I say that word?
Yes.
Yes, you
Okay.
can say anything. Pretty
Just
sure.
really.
For now. I don't know. I liked. I'm not really up on his movies, to be honest.
Things in here don't react
pick
well to bullets.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
We named the
Just
dog
any
Indiana.
movie. I can pick any movie.
No.
All right, Wizard of Oz. Oh, he's got to be in it.
We named the dog Indiana.
There could only be one.
No, we
I
have Christopher
would-
Lambert. There can only be one.
I'm gonna go with Indiana Jones.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we named
That's
the
a real
dog
good one.
Indiana.
He wasn't the main role.
No, but that was he was Indiana Jones' father. That was a good.
Junior.
Yes, Junior.
Junior.
Indy.
We named the dog Indiana.
Rough, just like your mother likes it.
Yeah, let's see. I'll take the rapist for 800. That's therapist.
I'm ruining
for
your
800.
guys' podcast.
No, it's
No,
all
you're
good.
not. Trust me. I'll take the.
We ruined
So
it.
what's-
We ruined it a long time ago.
So what's the new beer of the bar here right now?
Actually, we tried a Dunkel.
Say again.
Wolf's Hollow Dunkel.
Which is actually don't look like that's on its way out. So we should probably not advertise that
Stop advertising it.
because I think that I might have had one of the last ones.
Well, what about Wolf's Hollow? Do they have them?
Give me a ping facility. One ping only.
All right, we wrapping this up.
That's up to Jesse.
Jesse, you want to wrap this up, or do you want to talk about your business?
Maybe rock and roll.
Jesse has a
rock
business.
and or roll.
Did you know that about Jesse?
He has a business?
He has a business. He's like
you. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has to make a living.
Yes, well, he owns his own business.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
And it's none of anyone's business.
Exactly.
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe he doesn't want to tell them about it.
All right, we won't talk about
this is your
it.
podcast.
We'll just say turfarmor.com. If you have a lawn
Integrity.
that isn't up to par, maybe you want to check out turfarmor.com.
Integrity.
Or turf-armor.
Turf-armor.com.
See? Perfect.
If you're sick and tired at looking at the capitalbrewpodcast.com, go ahead and check out Turf Armor or turf-armor.com.
Now we're going to get drunk.
Yes, well, I think Dave and I are already
Too
there.
late.
We're sitting here doing shots and drinking beer.